Do you find yourself stuck at your 9 to 5 job, daydreaming about starting a business of your own? If you are ready to learn how to pivot from employee to entrepreneur, you are in the right place, my friend. Welcome to How to Quit Your Job and Start a Business, a limited edition podcast series designed just for you. I'm your host, Shannon Russell, career transition coach, entrepreneur, and your business bestie, guiding you on your journey from the corporate world to being the CEO of your own life. Each episode in this series will walk you through how to make this career transition in a way that doesn't disrupt your life and cause chaos at home. I'll walk you through the tested strategies I use with my clients so that you can move from where you are to where you want to be. Head over to secondactsuccess.co/listen to grab my Starting a Successful Business workbook. It's a perfect tool to guide you through this limited series podcast. Hit subscribe, pop in your earbuds, and let's hang out. Ready? Let's get to it. Hey there, you're listening to How to Quit Your Job and Start a Business, a limited edition podcast series here to help you leave the 9 to 5 and start a business of your own. I am your host and career transition coach, Shannon Russell. I am so excited to have you here for this episode because whether you're in the planning stages or ready to take that leap today, this episode is for you. We are going to dive into the 5 essential things you must have done before you launch your business. As we've been talking about through this entire series so far, launching a business is no small feat. It requires careful planning, preparation, and a lot of hard work and dedication. But if you have these 5 things we're about to discuss in place, you will be well on your way to a successful launch. Let's get to it. Number 1, you must have a solid business plan. We are going to touch on this just a little bit now, but you can go on to episode 10 of this series because that is where we dive into how you can write a successful business plan. We're going to go into all the details in that episode. First, what is a business plan? A business plan is your roadmap, my friend. It outlines your goals, your strategies, and how you intend to build this business and make it profitable. It's the foundation, basically, if you think about it, like building a house. This business plan is your foundation of building your business. And you want to make sure that you cover everything from your value proposition to your financial projections, how you feel like you are going to build this business, why it's going to serve others, and how you're going to make money from it. A business plan is really your Bible. It is your guide to creating the business that you want. So just having all of this information in one workbook, in one guide, in one document will just help you outline everything and keep you on the straight path to success. Here is what your business plan should include. An executive summary, which is a brief overview of your business and your mission statement, along with any products and services you're planning on offering, and basic information about your company. It should also have market analysis. That's all the market research we just talked about in the previous episode. So it's really looking at your industry, your target market, and your competitors. It's also going to detail how you are going to show up uniquely in that market. It also should have information on the organization and the management. So details about your business structure, who owns your business, and the management team. Is it you as a solopreneur, or will you have multiple partners in building this business? And who will be running the day-to-day operations? Next, you want to list out your products and services. Basically, a description of what you're selling, what you're offering, along with any benefits or features that a consumer might get from purchasing your products and services. You also want to detail some of your marketing and your sales strategies. So how do you plan to attract and retain customers? And you also want to outline any marketing channels you'll be using, such as paid ads, social media, in-person events. How do you plan on getting these customers, and how do you plan on keeping the flow of customers coming into the business? Lastly, you want to include your financial plan. It's basically a list of any startup costs that it will cost you to get the business off the ground, any revenue projections you might be able to assume or estimate, and then any funding requirements. If you're taking out loans, if you have investors coming to help you, Anything as far as investments, loans, and financials should be laid out inside of your business plan as well. Your business plan is the number one thing you need to launch a business. The number two thing you need to launch a business is your legal structure. You need to legally have your business set up with your state officially. This is a critical step, and it really isn't that hard. It sounds scarier than it really is because we're talking about being compliant with legality and requirements, but it really isn't that hard. Basically, what you need to do is choose your legal structure. Decide whether you'll operate your business as an LLC, a sole proprietorship, maybe a partnership, a corporation, however you're legally going to identify your business with your state. That is how you will set that up. And every state, every country has different rules in setting up a business. And you can easily do that online. Each structure has different benefits, tax implications, all of the legal protections. I would suggest you reach out to your tax accountant and find out what he or she recommends, and then basically choose the legal structure that best fits your business needs. Once you choose this legal structure, you want to register your business with your state or local government. And if you're operating under a different name of your business, you might also want to file what's called a DBA, doing business as. And that is a different type of registration you can do. For example, you might have your business legal structure or your business entity as Jane Smith LLC. If that's the case, you might want to open up 2 different businesses under Jane Smith LLC. And if that's the case, you might do a DBA, and it could be House Cleaning with Jane as the business name. That is the DBA, and it's under the legal structure of Jane Smith LLC. And you can actually create several DBAs if you have multiple businesses and keep them under the same legal structure umbrella. But again, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a lawyer, so you can go to your tax accountant and ask them what they think or get legal help to help you figure out the best way to structure this business for you. Once you have your business legally set up and you've registered your business, you need to obtain any necessary licenses or permits. So depending on your industry and your location, you might need specific licenses or permits to operate legally. Do your research, figure out what you need in your local government. Lastly, under this legal structure and registrations area, you need to get your EIN, your employer identification number. Every business has an EIN, and it's set up kind of like a social security number. So your EIN will be required for tax purposes, and you'll need it to open up your business bank accounts, hire employees, and all of that kind of business credit and financial operations and legal matters. So all of that will require an EIN. Getting your legal structure and registrations in order ensures that you're operating within the law and it's protecting you from any potential legal issues down the road. And again, it sounds scarier than it is. It really is a matter of doing a little research in your local government online, filling out the forms, and getting yourself set up straight. After that, it's smooth sailing. Next, the number 3 thing you need to launch a business, and that is you need your finances prepared and ready. We've touched upon this in previous episodes in this podcast series, but yes, it is very crucial to have a clear understanding of your finances and ensure that you are prepared for the financial realities of running this business of yours. Here's what you need to have in place. You need, obviously, the startup capital. You need to calculate how much money you will need to start your business and cover those initial expenses. As I mentioned before, starting a business means you are putting money into the business before you're actually receiving the revenue. You need to make sure that you have money to cover any inventory, equipment, marketing, and general operating costs for at least the first few months. You also want to make sure that you have enough capital to sustain your business until you become profitable. Remember, you can become profitable, see revenue coming in, but you still might not be able to pay yourself as the owner of the business. So make sure you have this startup capital, these finances ready to go, the savings all set so that you can launch the business and grow it without feeling extra stress. In doing this, you also want to make sure you have budgets and any financial projections set up. So create that budget that will outline what you expect your income to be and your expenses for that first year or so. And again, those are projections. You really have no idea what will be coming into the business until you launch. But at least you can have a budget kind of outlined and ready to go. You can include best case and worst case scenarios and know that you can change and have it be a flexible working document as you go. But at least you'll have these ready to go so you can think about cash flow, profit and loss, break even analysis. You want to think about all of these things as you move forward. And these are things that you will learn in the first few months of business. And by the end of your first year in business, you'll have a better idea of the cash flow in the business and what the actual operating expenses are. And then you can redo this all for year 2 and be a lot more savvy about it because you'll have a year of business under your belt. If you need funding, if you are planning on having investors or funding your business via a loan or applying for grants, whatever it might be, have that funding plan in place as well. So make sure that you know how you're securing this money so that you can continue to grow the business without any hiccups. And finally, under this finances section, make sure that you set up a separate business bank account so that you can keep your personal finances separate from your business. This will make things a lot easier in managing your finances, managing any risks that might happen, and track your expenses. And it'll make things a lot easier for your accountant come tax time. Number 4, the fourth thing you have to have in place to launch a business is your marketing and brand strategy. This is important because this is how you are planning to attract your customers and market your brand to the world. So it is a significant piece to the puzzle. Develop a strong brand identity that reflects your business values and what really will resonate with your target audience. So think about this when it comes to your logo, your color scheme, the fonts that you're using. Any overall visual style is your brand, and you want to be consistent with your brand across the board. Make sure it's cohesive on all social media platforms, on your website, on any signage that you might have, or flyers, or t-shirts that you might have for your team. Whatever it is needs to be cohesive. Your website and online is part of your marketing and brand as well. So you want to make sure that your online presence is key, that it's locked down and it looks professional. Really tells your story of you as a business owner and the story of your brand. You want to make sure that customers can come on, see you, know what you stand for and what you offer, and act as an ongoing customer. Make sure that your website is optimized for search engine optimization and to attract organic traffic as well. You want to make sure that you're giving value and then throwing in your offerings as well. Interact with these potential customers. That is what your social media strategy should do first and foremost. Your content marketing is also queen. This can come in the form of email strategies, blog posts, videos, podcasts. This content is adding value to your customers. It's growing your audience, and it not only helps with SEO, but it also positions you as an expert in the space, in the industry. So make sure you have your content marketing plan locked in. The last piece is your launch marketing plan. As you're planning your marketing strategy as your overall plan moving forward, you want to really concentrate and make a specific plan for the launch of your business. These are all of your marketing efforts leading up to launch day. This might include pre-launch emails, teasers, special promotions, sales, a launch event, a virtual or an in-person launch event. Whatever it is, the goal is really to generate that excitement and attract customers from day one. Lastly, we are at number 5. Number 5 is to have a support system and a network in place to launch your business. Entrepreneurship can be a lonely journey, so having the right people around you is essential for staying motivated and overcoming challenges. Finding those mentors or advisors, other people who have done this before, or people who are in similar businesses or similar industries. Seek out these people who have experience and can give you that general entrepreneurship advice. Their guidance, their insights, maybe it's a career or a business coach. Someone who can guide you and give you insights and just be that accountability partner for you so that you're not doing it all alone. There are networks for professionals in all types of industries, from business to accountants, lawyers, marketers, suppliers. Having a reliable network of any kind, especially in the professional space, will help you save time, money, and headaches. Look to entrepreneurial communities. You can find these definitely on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and other social media sites. But really, by joining either local or online communities of entrepreneurs, you can share your experiences, ask questions, and you can find your business bestie that can help you because you're doing the same thing day in and day out. You have similar values and you're just trying to grow your business and you're doing it together. Lastly, it's your personal support system. So don't forget the importance of turning to friends and family as long as they are supportive. You want to make sure that these people value what you're doing and support your change. Not everyone will support you venturing from the safe and stable corporate job to becoming an entrepreneur. So make sure you know that you do have people around you who are supportive, and turn to them for solace and turn to them for advice, or to just be that listening ear when you need it. But understand that as you embark on this, you'll have challenges, but it's going to be a rewarding journey overall. All right, there you go. Those are your top 5 things you must have to launch a business. So again, that's a solid business plan. You must have your legal structure and your registrations all set. You want to make sure that you are financially prepared to launch your business. You want to have a marketing and brand strategy all in place. And you want to make sure you have a support system and a network to turn to. My friend, by having these 5 things in place, you will be setting yourself up for a successful business launch. Just remember that this all won't come together overnight. Take your time. And right now, with you listening to this podcast series, you are in the planning stage. So take your time, plan, and be prepared. And that is key to making sure that you're minimizing risks and you're maximizing your chances of success. So don't rush it. Do it in your own time, on your own schedule, and follow these key things as you move along from employee to entrepreneur. Thank you so much for joining me for yet another episode of How to Quit Your Job and Start a Business. I hope you found this information helpful, and the episodes to come are even more jam-packed with information to help you succeed. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with someone who's also on the entrepreneurial path. We can all use a little guidance and support as we forge our own path ahead. Thanks again, my friend. I am Shannon Russell, and I will meet you next time for an all-new episode of How to Quit Your Job and Start a Business. Until then, keep pushing forward, stay focused, and remember, you've got this. Do you ever feel like you need a little support as you plan your next career move? Then I invite you to join the Career Clarity Collective. It's a monthly membership, and inside you will receive access to a community of like-minded women. You will also take part in group coaching calls, plus you'll get access to masterclasses and resources with new ones added every month. Join us for the tools you need, the guidance you deserve, and accountability to take action so that you can make your second act a success. Head over to secondactsuccess.co/membership to enroll. I can't wait to see you inside the Career Clarity Collective.